like about this a lot, Maynard, is it looks exactly like the previous game, but it's really quite different. Like, when you go BC, normally that is going to be into mech, but overall, you look at this build order, and it's so similar that soO might misread it.
soO does have that information that he needs, which means that the Roach Warren is going to be dropped here because you just really can't go Ling Bane against this style unless you have godlike Fungals, which are a long way away for soO here. And there's that first Battlecruiser. No Spore Crawler here and not that many Queens either, so some drone damage for time. Very much going to happen here.
Yeah, very nice so far. Look at that. 6 drones already falling. Barely any damage on the Battlecruiser at the moment.
Lings run by, but great map awareness there from time. Oh, the hell, he's at the third base! The map awareness for soO nowhere near as good! Oh my god, it's a BBQ Artosis.
Yeah, that is a huge amount of damage going down. 17 drones falling. This is looking terrible for our second Korean Zerg.
Oh my god, he's already in a terrible spot here. soO actually is going to use all of his lava to remake those drones. Oh, he's going to lose some more here. The Baneling's also dying. The Reaper's still alive. Drops a KD8 grenade to give a few more shots on these Hellions. Oh man, soO is in a world of hurt at the moment.
Yes, he is. This is really terrible for him right now. Very, very low on those workers overall. The BC going to sit and fight for a moment. Looks like tackle jump is not quite ready. He needs to follow this, though. He might actually get it away.
Oh my god, that thing is going to tactical jump any second here. There it goes. Oh, that's so tilting for soO. I thought at least he gets the Battlecruiser. At least something goes right for soO there, but it absolutely did not. He was attacking the Viking, unfortunately not target firing the BC, and misses an opportunity to get a 700 resource unit. I'm so worried for soO here.
I think he's just going to die to this push. That is so many siege tanks. He doesn't have a counter to the siege tanks. He simply does not.
No.
He would need to clear all the Hellions first, and then have an army bigger than what he has now to take out the rest.
This push from time certainly looks deadly here. soO trying to avoid a knockout punch from this big push of time. He's got 1-1 upgrades. The armories are still spinning back at home as well. And he's got Hellbats engaged, ready to tank that Ling Bane count of soO, which is still not that impressive. This hatchery's going to go down for free. And soO is still just being patient, amassing a bit more energy on these infestors, but it is just 2.
Well, he needs the perfect engagement to even have a chance in this game, so it makes sense, you know, let him have that base, maybe try these counterattacks. It doesn't look like any of them are doing a good job, though.
And unfortunately, he's getting a bit of damage done on the natural at least. You know, the Ling's finding a few more SCV kills, but Time's still in a really good spot economically. It's not really that consequential in this game. It's more so, can soO stop this army from killing him right here, right now? Bile's going down, whiffing a little bit here. The Infestors have enough energy to be useful. They're going to drop a Fungal on the tanks for a little bit of extra damage, but they're not really getting rid of the Hellions either. And in come the Yamatos here from Time. His army doing so much damage.
All right, well, he gets rid of the BCs for now, but now those Corruptors are kind of dead weight. Oh my god, they didn't even jump home. They just jumped over here to destroy another base.
Yeah, trying to pull the Corruptors out of position here, and that was a kill, not a cancel. The tank and Hellbat Hellion force here of Time, and a couple smatterings of Cyclone still pushing through soO. It's a slow and painful process here for Time, but he is just trying to be so careful here, trying to not take a bad fight. soO is getting some Broodlords here, and this is going to make sure that he actually doesn't die right now. If these Broodlords finish, he can actually push Time back.
Yeah, it does look like that right now. So maybe he ends up saving this base, taking some damage though, right? Like, he's had to make a lot of units here. They've just kind of been eating shots. And now, you know, back at home, it looks like more BCs for Time.
Double BC production from Time. So these Broodlords, they're very scary now against this big tank force with a lot of Hellions. Like, they can actually just kill this army for free. But when it's 2 BCs at once being produced here from Time, he's also throwing in a lot more Cyclones as well. Then the Broodlords actually start to get counted. Yamato will kill those Broodlords quite quickly.
Looks like he is going to attack once again. A few tanks actually just kind of attacked by themselves onto that 5th base. Look at this beautiful attack from Time. Trying to catch soO out of position. Loses a BC though.
All right. The BC pick up there was great. That means 1 less Yamato for Time. He's going to shoot down a couple of these Broodlords here before the BCs get taken down. He does manage to save them. soO's Broodlords and the Queens in tandem actually finding a nice hold here with those Roaches on the front line. soO staying alive. This is so impressive from soO. Oh, those BCs hitting wherever the Corruptors aren't.
Oh, targeting down the hatchery as well. I just love these moves from Time. You know, you sacrifice a few units, but the Fungal going off, this can make a huge difference here. If he can continually hit Fungals, he could end up killing all these BCs.
He could potentially, and he does get one there. Another chain Fungal from soO. He has lost his Infestors now, so the rest of them should escape. But that's a base kill, that's a production facility, and 7 more drones going down for soO. Time still in a 9 SCV lead, and with more bases.
Yeah, everything's still looking very, very good for Time here. Just look at the production tab in the top left here. Time has so much that's being made. He's continuing to expand. soO is just remaking bases that Time kills.
Yeah, this is really just the style that we saw from Maru a lot at WCG. Lots of BCs, and then with your mineral bank, command center, command center, command center. So non-stop scans, non-stop mules, and your economy is always going to be gorgeous. And they got this Brood Lords just trading there against the Hellions, pushing him back from denying his creep.
But you know what? Eventually, soO is going to have to change his army up a little bit, right? He's going to have an army that can take down the BCs, which can be very, very difficult. You need a lot of infestors and a lot of corruptors for that.
Well, soO's going to try and make something happen here. He's got a lot of Brood Lords and a lot of Corruptors, so the the ground army of Time's going to have definitely a hard time here. But I think soO is not respecting the amount of BCs that are actually in his army for Time. And a little battle mech army coming down here to the south to engage the Banelings and the Roaches. soO actually trading nicely here, and actually killing some BCs as well, and the Planetary.
Oh my god, like, soO is just doing so well. Look at that, 2-3 BCs falling.
Yeah, Time actually slipping a little bit here. Losing those BCs is a big deal. Now, soO still doesn't have as much army supply as Time. A lot of the army of Time is up in the sky. He's got lots of Liberators there with plus to attack. Their anti-air splash is actually kind of impressive at the moment. And they're going to turn and fight there against the Corruptors with the BCs helping out. soO's Corruptors, though, trading so well against this army.
Beautifully done there by soO, and it really feels like as we get later here, soO is outplaying Time in that late game.
And you mentioned he's not a late game Zerg, but for some reason this late game looks pretty tidy. Time was holding all the cards here in this game, but soO is definitely making the right moves here to fight back.
He really is. To pick off that many BCs at this point in the game, where really as Terran your one goal is to keep your BCs alive, that is just brutal for Time. And now he's taking a lot of damage, lost a couple bases, and soO continues to push.
Yeah, I mean, we had a dire production situation for soO, and now it's a dire production situation for Time. He's trying to squeeze out more Cyclones. He's trying to get more BCs, but the BCs take 1,000 years to build. It takes a long time for them to be out here and actually fighting. So the army supply is actually worse than it looks here on the screen. With soO, a lot of his army already here and already in Time's face.
Yeah, how do you really deal with this army right now? It's just so strong with the Broodlords that can push back everything, and the Corruptors are going to save them against small numbers of BCs and Vikings.
I feel like a lot of Hellbats to tank the Broodlings while the Cyclones try and get rid of the army in the sky. But it is so difficult, though. You're absolutely right, Artosis. Caustic Spray on that Planetary. Time just evacuates. He's lost 3 bases within a minute here. His economy hit really, really hard. His mech army's actually not going to try and hold on. He's just going in for a counterattack.
I tell you, this looked like such a promising game from Time. I was starting to think that, are we just going to have the non-Koreans destroy everything this week? But as we get later into the game, we see that there are still some flaws in the way that Time plays this BC strategy.
Yeah, the BC does survive, but it gets tactical jumped all the way on the other side of the map here. Time really trying to force soO to come back home. He wants him away from his side of the map. soO unrelenting. He starts to pull back. A lot of good shots there on those Lings. The Infestors also left behind, but they get a nice fungal on the Hellions. soO can actually pick off a few of these mech units before they pull back.
Well, maybe he can deal with everything left over as the Corruptors, I believe, are on their way. Yeah, right now to get these BCs. They will end up killing the BCs with no jumps, but maybe Time can make this worthwhile still.
Got a Broodlord and a lot of Ravagers there. The Corruptors certainly a big problem for these Battlecruisers. They just Yamato whenever they can and pull back to the corner. They did the job, though. They pulled soO away from his infrastructure so that Time can try and survive. He still has an all-right economy. His mineral bank, though, leaving a lot to be desired. Continuously making Battlecruisers is not really an option for Time anymore if he can't get those extra bases up.
Well, he's eliminating little pieces of the army that were left on this side of the map, but soO has those additional bases that Time is kind of struggling with right now. His SCV count, though, is still pretty healthy, so if he can kind of stabilize here, he can remake his army very strongly.
You can't make mistakes against soO. He needs to be respected. He is one of the best Zergs in career of all time, and he really will not let you get away with any mistakes. It looks like Time's actually misplaced that CC a little bit there, but, you know, he is just playing so frantically right now.
Yeah,
for sure. Interference Matrix maybe on these Vipers or these Infestors if you're really lucky. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do with the Raven. Or even just try and throw in some Ghosts, but that seems like a bit of a pipe dream here. He doesn't really have time to do that.
Look at how many Thors he has. 9 Thors pushing forward right now. Let's see what he can get done.
And the Corruptors aren't useful anymore here, Artosis, so that's a lot of army supply that's not going to help out too much. Fungal's going down the Thors to get a little bit of DPS on them. Blinding Cloud helping out a lot here for soO. Great Blinding Cloud. The Bile's going to connect on the Thors as well. The Broodlord's getting thinned out. In comes some Liberators to help out Time, but they're a little bit late to the party. Can soO hold on here?
Well, the Corruptors very happy to go up and erase these Liberators as quickly as they possibly can. It looks like the Thors are going to be knocked out at the end of the day, and another beautiful hold by soO.
Oh, and look at how much SCV damage you're doing outside the map as well. This Ling run by soO erasing 24 SCVs. Time's economy was better than soO's all game long, but not anymore. And that important mineral bank for Time that we keep talking about, that lack of mineral bank, now it's an even worse problem for him. So this is very, very intense and definitely could end at any moment here. soO climbing up in supply, getting closer and closer to maxed out. He's finally spent that gas and mineral bank as well, by the way. And soO needs these fresh hatcheries to finish up if he wants to continue to amass that army. Time knows this, though, and he's sending down Hellions to try and hit those hatcheries before they finish up.
He's just trying to be very mobile here and get something done, but it feels like the defense from soO is just a bit too strong. Like, how do you actually get in here and do anything? Okay, a few drones killed, a hatchery picked off, but when you look at the actual army that's being made, it's not that impressive for a heads-up fight as of yet.
Where's that Liberator going? Oh, this hatchery still damaged from earlier. It does get picked off.
Ooh!
Yeah, that's a nice one there. That's a gas mining base for soO.
Yeah, very, very nice indeed. He's also starting to add Thors in once again, by the way. Building 2 at a time. He's already got 6, so going up to 8. But can he get that proper engagement to actually take down the Broodlords? Last time he had such a hard time against the Thungals and Blinding Clouds.
Yeah, it feels like if he wanted to go for another engagement, it needs to be the one that seals the deal. He can't take any more risks here with those Thors. He cannot throw them away. That's his only hope of beating soO. And, I mean, soO is just looking for any of these fresh bases of time because time really needs mineral and gas income at this point in the game. The gas bank, that 2,000 gas bank is gone. The mineral bank's starting to get up a little bit higher. Planetary up here 4 times, so he needs to be careful if the Corruptors want to come up there and caustic spray it. He doesn't have any turret coverage at the moment. Oh, nice catch. These Broodlings getting a few of those units. Any unit kill here is actually very important for both players.
Yeah, their money is so low at this point. The Blue Flame Hellions come in and get a few drones here and there, so worthwhile, I guess.
Mural takes a while to finish.
Yeah.
This army from time definitely has... It has the cojones. It has the ability. It has the power. But will it work out?
Look at that. He's actually picked off some of these infestors. That is
super
important. And bringing these Liberators up as well makes it very difficult for the infestors to actually get up there and cast their spells. And the base is taken down immediately.
Certainly. And now soO just has this janky base that only has 1 extractor on it. And he's only got 100 gas in the bank. Can time make magic happen here? The Liberators sieging up. They're going to help out with the Broodlings and infested Terrans if they get thrown down. It doesn't look like there's more Blinding Clouds here from soO. He goes for a counterattack here with the Roach Ravager to try and make this a bit more of an all-in for time.
Oh, I like it a lot. soO is doing everything he can in his power right now to get that counter damage done. Time's army looks very strong right now, but can you actually push through here?
Scans to get that vision for those Broodlords. Would love to get in range. The Broodlings pushing those Thors back, but they are inching closer and closer here to the air army of soO. This Planetary very tough for soO to trade effectively against here with the Roach Ravager army. Oh man, Time's army. soO just needs more time and more infestors, I feel, but I don't know if he can. He just doesn't have the gas.
I tell you, you really see these 2 armies chunking each other right now as well. Those Broodlords getting low, and as soon as they fire a volley, it gets very scary as well. Here come the infestors. Maybe he can get some fungals down on these Thors.
Feels like soO also needs some roaches here or something, like a meat shield for these Thors, because they can just get closer and closer. Liberator's being used here to try and keep that Planetary alive. This Planetary gets up. That's really bad news for soO.
Yeah, he's really busy with his Broodlords, so there's no true way to break through this right now. Trying to harass as much as he can. Look at that, kills another base.
Yeah, that base was 1 shot earlier thanks to the Cyclone doing that damage. The Liberator's keeping this Planetary alive as well. Ling's coming in to try and help out with the DPS on that Planetary. Will the Liberators be enough to stop this from happening? I mean, he is killing a few SCVs. soO's just throwing in more and more units here.
My God.
I mean, I wasn't kidding. soO really needs this base not to happen, so he is throwing a lot of resources away here.
Well,
but the Planetary is up.
Yeah, I don't know if he... Well, is he going to end up killing it?
The infestors are all dying! Oh no, soO! Miscontrolling those infestors! That was his big play there to be able to use that energy to stop this air army of time, or the ground army rather.
And look at this.
He's stuck in the corner.
He's between a rock and a hard place right now. Thors and Liberators and Cyclones all just flanking him everywhere. Sure, he got the Planetary, but at the cost of his ground army.
What is harder, a rock or a +3 mech army? Like, this thing is just so hard for soO to break through. He's not going to be able to do it. He's going to lose all of his units here. He does kill that Planetary, so that's a glimmer of hope for soO. But look at the army supply advantage. And soO, once again, he's had a bad bank for a while here, so he's not going to be able to max out again for quite a while.
There's 14 3/3 Thors right now.
Oh my God.
And they're against...
That's actually just not stoppable.
0-0 Broodlords.
And how many infestors?
0 infestors.
0, which means this is very, very rough for soO. Nice Blinding Cloud, though. A lot of those Thors, like 4 or 5 of them taken out of the battle, taking some free damage there from those Broodlings.
Beautiful fights. Beautiful spell casting right there between the Broodlings holding everything back and the Blinding Cloud not allowing the Thors to shoot.
Oh, nice.
Just amazing execution defensively here from soO.
That 1 Viper worth its weight in gold here. And even just Vipers are tough for soO to get. He is still down a bit in supply, but really evened out that army supply with those trades there. keeping him alive in this game. Damn, this has been scrappy.
Well, I tell you what, if you shut down all of their mining, I'm okay with it.
Oh, get the Viper, he targets it down and kills the Viper. No more blinding clouds.
That is a huge moment right there, and soO just does not have the money to replace anything at this point. But look at this, he's coming in strongly right now. He has a single infestor there. The Broodlords throwing down so many Broodlings on these Thors.
Yeah, these +2 Broodlings doing a bit of damage though, but these Thors are so high there in those armor points. They turn and fight against the Broodlords. Does not have enough. A Fungal also trying to stop those Thors from escaping. Big moment here for both players.
I just don't even know how soO is having such good trades against these 3/3 Thors right now. Beautiful moves, zoning everything correctly, chasing them down with these Broodlings as well.
And the Broodlings really just doing more and more damage to Thors as they try to pull back the SCV line, probably for repairs here. They're also hitting the Corruptors and not the Broodlords, which is definitely their job. They need the Broodlords to die. Look at that burst damage on that Thor at the back line here. Every time the Broodlings come down from above, they're going to get one of them here. The other two very low in hit points on the front line, very deep in the red. That Planetary being used as a bastion here for time to try and buy time. But the Broodlords, it just doesn't seem like he has enough Thors anymore.
Yeah, it really does not. That runaway, he lost so many Thors on, like half of his Thors dying trying to get home. He's added a few Cyclones in here and there. Neither of them can really afford anything.
I mean, Time needs everything on the front line right here, right now. Bring everything into this fight. F2 if you have to. He needs to stop these Broodlords from killing these Thors. SCV's also being used to repair a little bit here at this base. The Cyclone's coming in for the left. Can Time actually kill these Broodlords? Caustic Spray being used here. Might as well with those Corruptors to try and get that base to the north. But the Broodlords are being picked off by Tosis. Time just inches his way to a victory. Just having enough there in the end. What a close game from both players. And honestly, I did not see Time winning there. I was starting to lose hope, Artosis.